every podcast, my boobs are always out. And I'm like, maybe I need to wear a turtleneck.
People like the titties.
Listen, if it gets us views, it gets us views, okay?
I'm not even kidding. Every time I show someone their podcast, they're like, yo, her boobs. I'm like, are you watching the podcast? Like, what color shirt is she wearing? Tell me.
Literally.
What did I just say?
I want to go. I need new clothes. I really need new clothes.
You hear that, Fashion Nova? Send her new shit.
Sponsor us. Hi, guys.
How are you? My name's Janni.
And I'm Rach.
And this is a Young MILF podcast.
Hey. What number podcast is this?
I don't fucking know.
This is crazy.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
No, I really don't know either.
I have no idea.
Because, like, I feel like we've recorded so many that are, like, even, like, unreleased. And we've been doing this since, what?
I don't know. The middle of last year, maybe?
Yeah.
Around there.
So we can technically say it's been, like, maybe 5 or 6 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Romy's literally knocked out in front of us. Like, just sprawled out, long as hell, big as shit.
Yeah, he is huge. Like, actually, so big. You're gonna have a 3-year-old in September.
Oh. I'll be 25 in September. No,
Girl.
I was 25 in August, but fuck.
We both gonna be 25 this year. 25? Like, what?
No, that's exactly why I was like, you know, this year I need to change things up. It's been the same shit for a minute. Even before Romy, like, it's just been the same shit. And I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm tired.
Yeah.
New things, better things.
Yeah.
Need to come my way.
I think we were talking about that, like, in our New Year's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
How, like, we both just, like, wanted change in our lives. And, like, we felt very tired of, like, what's, like, routine stuff. And, like, just want to change in routine. And I think we've definitely both been working on that. So that's good. Yeah.
In our last podcast, I know you, like, mentioned, like, wanting to, like, speak up and, like, stand up for yourself and, like, you know, be that type of person. And then shit happened.
Yes. Like, almost immediately after I talked about that shit. So basically, I've had some events happen in this past month that, like, really got under my skin. And so I'll just get right into it. So both of these times were, like, based around just, like, women, specifically, like, older women, like, being very, like, I guess, like, uncomfortable with the fact that, like, my body is my body. I'm just, like, going my day-to-day life, just, like, living, and, like, they're just
existing.
Exactly.
Existing,
and I'm being hated for it. And yeah, so a couple weeks ago I was at the grocery store. Mind you, this was, like, the first time that it happened, and I literally went in there, like, I was in there for, like, 5 minutes. Like, I grabbed paper towels and, like, water bottles, and, like, I left, and I was, like, heading to the register, and I see this lady coming past me, it seemed like, and I didn't, like, think anything of it. And as she walks by me, she goes, "You need to cover up, honey." I'm like, the fuck? And, like, before I could even, at first, I didn't even realize she was talking to me, though. Like, I was like, maybe she's on the phone. Is she with somebody? Because, mind you, like, you know, when you're in the grocery store, like, just out in public, like, I'm not really looking at anybody, like, directly. I'm kind of, like, you can see them, like, your peripheral vision. Like, you know, she's walked by me. So, once I heard that shit, it took me a second, but I turned around, and she was already going back down another aisle. I was not about to, like, chase after her or nothing, but I check out, go to my car, and I'm sitting there like, I cannot believe, like, I know damn well she said this to me because she was by herself, she wasn't on the phone. Like, why? I was literally I was in leggings, a tank top, and almost something like this, but, like, a different outfit. And she was older, and I'm just, like, thinking, like, you just want to disrespect another woman, like, for no reason at all. Like, am I making you that uncomfortable just by fucking existing? Or, like, is my body making you uncomfortable, which is fucking weird that it is, because, like, we're both women here. So, like, why do you feel the need to, like, you think you're able to say something like that to me? Mm-hmm. And you don't even know me. Like, you really don't even know me. I actually made a whole TikTok on it, like, explaining what happened. I was so in the moment because I was, like, fucking livid about it. I actually saw her, when I was making the video, she came out the store and walked to her car. I was just staring like, like, I'm so much not, like, the confrontational person that, like, I know a lot of other people would have, like, rolled their windows down, got out the car, been like, bitch, what the fuck, like, you know, that's not me at all. I'm, like, I'm usually really fucking quiet, and I was just like, she's so lucky, bruh. Yeah. She's so lucky that it's me and not somebody else who could, like, slap the shit out of her for saying shit like that. So, yeah, that was the first time that shit happened, and then it happened again, like, less than a week later, I went to the liquor store, and it was honestly just me, like the cashiers, and this other lady in the store, and we both ended up at the register at the same time. And I'm checking out with one cashier, and she's at the other cashier, and she's talking to the cashier, like she seemed like she was like just any lady, just like minding her business, whatever. Up until she walks by me, and she goes, I forget, what did she say? She said something like, your nipples are showing, or you gotta put your nipples away. Something along the line of, like, she said nipples. Because I remember being like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, because it was worse than, like, the first lady.
What the fuck?
And I'm sitting there, and she walks by me, she walks out the door, like, immediately after she says it. And I look back at her, and I turn back to the cashier, and the cashier's like, what did she just say to you? And then it was behind him, there was, like, 2 other cashiers, and they were, like, listening too, and I was like, she told me to cover up my nipples. And he was like, oh my God, are you for real? And the lady standing behind him was like, honey, she's just jealous. She look like Tweety Bird anyway. Like, I'm like, you're so right. And so, like, they were, like, hella supportive in, like, the situation. Yeah. So I was like, thank you guys. Like, it means a lot, whatever. Yeah. And I turn around and walk out. I see her sitting in her car, and I have to walk by her to get to my car. Mm-hmm. She rolls her window down. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I know she's not about to say anything. And she does. And she goes, I'm just saying, that's not cute. And I was like, because of the fact I was thinking back to the first situation where I didn't say anything to this lady, I said, you know, I had enough. And it took all the power in me, but I was like, no, you know what's not cute? You thinking you have a place in my life to say some shit like that to me. And she was like, I'm just saying, I thought you would like to know that. And I'm like, no. And then she said something else. Oh no, she was like, I mean, look at them, they're hanging out. And I was like, good, I fucking want them to. And I got in the car, and I closed the door and drove off. I'm like, see, it's shit right there that, like, old Rachel would have never said anything back. Like, it wasn't nothing drastic, like, fuck you, bitch. Like, it was just, like, me speaking up, speaking my mind, like, getting my fucking point across, like, as I should. Because who are these ladies to tell me cover up? Like, I'm a grown-ass woman, too. Like, don't get it twisted here. I'm not like a little girl. Yeah. Like, come on now. Like, it's just... I just think it's so disrespectful when people really think that they have a place, or they think they're of some authority to think that they can, like, tell you, like, cover up, you're showing too much, oh, you shouldn't be dressed like that. Like, it's my body, my life, my choice, like, as is yours. So mind your fucking business and move the fuck on.
What'd you say last time? You said you read a tweet, and the girl was like, I'm the baddest bitch in my story, or in my life, so you be the baddest bitch in yours.
Oh, yeah, no, like it was a tweet like that. Yeah. That's exactly, I saw that afterwards. And I, like, retweet, yup.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, why do people feel the need to speak sometimes? Like,
exactly.
Like, why is it a right? Like, exactly. I'm just kidding. But, like, no, like, actually, though, some people, like, really just should not speak.
No, like, literally, like, what Keenan says, don't speak. Don't shut up, shut your mouth, don't speak. Don't say a word. Like, it's like, me personally, like, if I ever, like, of course, we're all thinking things to ourselves. Mm-hmm. We all have our own opinions. But if you know it's something that's going to cross the line, or something that you just should not say out loud, keep it to yourself. Like, really keep it to yourself. Like, I don't know.
Especially because, like, bro, her titties are not bothering you. They're not in your face. Like, what the...
Am I sitting here, like, bouncing them around like the walls? Like, am I, like, literally, like, I'm walking. Also, not even my titties, like, my nipples. Like, girl... They're nipples. You have them. I have them. Like, your grandma has them. Everybody has nipples. So what if I'm cold and they're poking through my shit? Like get over yourself. And also, like, it's not like I was just, like, out, like I had a jacket on. I'm like, you know whose fault it is? Yours. Because why are you even looking there? Why are you even looking at them, though? You're obviously looking right at them. Like I had a whole jacket on, but no, you wanted to see past that, right? Like, on purpose. Like
she was searching.
That's what I'm saying. Girl, you was looking at me. You were looking at me. I was not even looking in your direction. I don't even know what you look like till the ladies say you look like Tweety Bird. Like, that's what you get. That's what you get, though. And then when I saw her in the car, I'm like, okay, confirmed. She looked like Tweety Bird. Like, that's what... like, I'm just so sick of it. And, like, honestly, it's something that's happened, like, so much in my life. Even, like, when I was, like, a teenager, because I developed very early. Yeah. Like, I started wearing a bra in 3rd grade. Like, yeah, like, dead ass, though, because it started to get to the point where my mom was like, okay, you need something under your shirts now because you're getting a little something, something. so as I developed, like, so early, like, I would go out and people were like, I'd always get the stares, always the looks, always the comments. Like, I'm used to it. But it's like, at this point in my life, I'm not used to being, like, silent anymore. Like, I want to say something. And I will now.
Yeah. So. It's also just harassment. Like,
exactly.
Like, exactly. Bro, nobody's bothering you, talking to you, paying you any mind. Why are you saying a word? And to me, like, go mumble that shit in your car, bitch. Don't talk to me.
And to think I care, though. To think I actually care that much. You think it's going to hurt me and affect my entire day that you said that? Am I going to go cry, like, all the way home? Like, no. Yeah. That, and also, I kind of think, like, when I said something to this lady, that she was kind of taken back because I don't think she was expecting me to say anything. Yeah. Because when I said it, it kind of took her a minute to say something else.
No, because you came at her with some shit.
That's
she was like,
saying.
damn, you know, that really isn't cute.
That's what I'm saying.
You're probably right.
And even when I got in my car and shut the door, I could hear her still mumbling, still trying to talk to me from across the lot. My door is shut. Lady, I said what I had to say. I'm leaving. Like, get on with yourself. Like,
literally, too caught up in other people's business.
And it was never that deep. Like, it never had to be that deep. You literally could have got your stuff and left. The other part that got me was the fact that, like, she said it, and not only to me, but, like, in front of 3 other cashiers. Like,
to try and embarrass you,
that's
bitch?
What I'm saying.
Who's embarrassed?
To think that they were gonna be on her side, like, oh, no, you right. She should be covering up. Like, no.
No, bitch, you're embarrassing. You're embarrassing your damn self. Like, nobody's saying shit.
Shout out to those cashiers though. Y'all are the shit for that. Especially the lady cashier, because she's like, honey, she's just jealous. I'm like, you right, because she is. It's like stuff like that, like people thinking like they have a place to tell you certain things, like to give you advice when it's not needed, to like just like make opinions when they're not needed. And I understand, like, it's like some people might think it's in like for the good, but sometimes it's really not, and like we don't want to hear it. Yeah. Like, especially as moms, like we don't want to hear it. Like, and that's like it's a whole nother like story to get into, because I can go on and on and on, and I'm sure you can too, bro. Because we've had a lot of that shit happen.
Yeah, and I'm sure every single mother has experienced someone trying to put their little 2 cents into how they should, you know, treat their child, or take care of their child, or do shit, or what they shouldn't do as a like. Yeah. Like, bro, you're not raising this fucking baby. Like,
right. Did I ask you? Never did I once ask you for your advice or your opinion. Like, no. And then I hate, oh my God, this is the one thing that gets under my skin. The whole, like, well, with my baby. No. Yeah, exactly. With your baby, you did that. Not mine. Not mine.
Like, you parent how you want to fucking parent. I didn't say shit to you, shawty. Like, you was over here doing your fucking thing. Why do you want to say anything to me? Exactly. Especially when I didn't ask. Yeah. Like,
that's the whole
That's the thing. Like,
if I don't ask, don't tell me.
Yeah, like, if I'm looking for advice, like, yo, I need help with this. How did you learn to, you know, like, teach your kid how to potty train? How you teach them to not stop hitting? Like, shit like that. Yeah. Then, you know, you can speak. But if you're like, if I'm walking around wearing a mini skirt and a tank top and you're like, you're a mom, you shouldn't dress like that, bitch, fuck you.
No, literally.
I still look good. Like, and I'm a mom, I might as well flaunt that shit. Like, what do you mean?
Honestly, I read so much shit, like, about that on TikTok, like, specifically comments under people who, like, make videos about it, like moms getting, like, unwanted advice or unwanted opinions, or being, like, stereotyped or being told what to do. Like, I'll sit and scroll through all these comments on these videos, and all moms telling their stories about it, like, their experiences with, like, family members saying, like, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Like, it's like, okay, I get it. Like, your family, like, maybe you think you can do it, like, give some sort of advice or whatever, but, like, if they don't ask for it, then, like, you know, and like, don't make it seem like that's the only way to do things, or like, if the mom's not doing it a certain way, then she's not doing it right at all. Like, that's the one thing, like you said, everybody parents differently, and as long as your baby is loved, healthy, fed, happy, whatever, what's there to worry about? What's the point of feeling like you need to say something just because another mom is doing something that maybe you don't do and you think it's wrong of them? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. For me specifically, it's it's always a family member.
Yeah.
That has some little thing to say.
Yeah.
And it's gone to the point where I'm just like, I've exploded over it because I'm like, don't fucking keep telling me that you did this shit when your kids are old as fuck already, like grown-ass adults.
Yeah.
Time changes, like things change. There's research like done behind certain things. It's not like, I'm not even gonna say who this person is in my life, but this person I've come to them with like, yo, facts. Like, yeah, like we shouldn't give Romeo the pacifier because then his jaw is gonna change. He's gonna need braces. It like changes his actual bone structure.
Yeah.
And I was told, well, why do you believe everything that you read online? And I literally pulled up a picture because I took a picture of Romeo and his teeth, you can tell there's an arch where his teeth are. And I'm just like, this isn't reading online. This is proof. Confirming literally what I've been already noticing, that we should not give him the pacifier unless really, really necessary at nighttime. Mm-hmm. That is it. And still I'm not listened to. And it's like, why do I feel like I need to fight for other people who are helping me take care of my child, parent him the way that I want? And it sucks because I still have to depend on family. I still have to live at home. And so as much as I want, you know, what I want, I'm not always around. Yeah. And I'm not always around to be like, hey, like, don't do this, do that, like, whatever. Everything I'm saying is going in one ear and out the other. It's like, bro, you don't know what you're doing. I raised several children. Like, and it's always that. It's like, oh, like, I've done this, honey. Like, oh, like, you'll be, like, it's always you'll be fine. I was dealing with postpartum depression, and it was, like, really, really bad. And I don't know if that I'm fully through it, to be honest, but I'm helping myself get out of it. But I was, like, really, really, really low. And basically someone in my family was just like, oh, like, I had that too. Like, you'll be fine. Almost giving me no type of support, like no emotional support
it's not
whatsoever.
One-sided. Like, they're taking like what they thought of it and like just like basically just like trying to give that to you and thinking that like, oh no, that's all she needs. Like she'll be fine. Like I got through it, she'll get through it. Yeah. But it's never one-sided. Like it goes so many different ways and directions and levels to it. Like it's so different for every person. People need to have an open mind when it comes to that, because you cannot say like, I'll be fine and then she'll be fine. Like, no, that's not how it works at all.
No. There was a certain scenario. This pissed me off so fucking bad. I was at home and Romeo, he's at a phase right now where he hits, and there's no control over it. I've really looked into it, and it's just like a phase. Like we could say like, ow, that hurts, like that's not nice or whatever. But he's like a reflex. He's a toddler. Yeah. So it's like, what more can you really say? And it's also like, hitting him is not the answer. But in this situation, he hit my mom, and I heard her hit him back. And I was like walking down the steps, and like her room's like in the back. And I like literally ran over there, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? She's like, he hit me. I was like, so you hit him back? She's like, he hit me hard. I said, I don't care. He is a toddler, and I don't agree with hitting at all, because especially at this age, like if that continues, he's going to develop and think that being harmed by someone who loves you is like normal. Yeah. So let's say like he was abused by someone, and it's like, oh, I love you, and it's like, okay, well now he's getting physically abused or mentally abused, and he just thinks that's okay. Yeah. Or let's say he is in a relationship and he becomes physical or he becomes mentally abusive, right, and he's like, that's fine because I love this person. But it's like, no, like this is where you build that foundation of boundaries and understanding communication and talking, and it doesn't matter that he's still gonna fucking do it. He's still gonna hit you, even he's gonna think it's funny. Right. I don't care. Like, he is 2 years old. Don't touch him. Like, I don't do that shit whatsoever, and I'm his fucking mother. Yeah. And that's the crazy thing, like exactly what you said about like how you don't understand how you need to fight for what you want as a mother. I can't believe like that's something that like moms have to like think about, like, wow, I have to sit here and fight like for what I want with my child, my child that I grew and that I birthed. Like, why is it that we need to fight for what we want, like for our children? Like, and especially the hitting thing, that should be like one of the main things. If you tell somebody like that's close to you, like, I don't want him being hit, I don't want that to be a form of discipline, that should be like one of the number one things like people should listen to. Like, okay, understandable, you don't want him hit, I'm not gonna hit him. Like, but it's like,
I think you mentioned to me before how you brought that up.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that, like, it hasn't been resolved or she hasn't listened to you is like so crazy. Like,
yeah. No, I do not agree with that shit. And the thing is, like, that generation really does. Like, I know we talk about that generation so much, but they really do, bruh.
Yeah.
I was at work the other day, and I was getting physically hot because there was a guy at the bar, and he was talking to the bartender, and she was like, I don't know what to do with my 12-year-old. Like, he never listens. And the guy was like, you just have to hit him. And I was like, what the fuck? And he was like, that's how we did it when we were growing up, and look, we're all fine. Now everyone's soft. And that shit, like, literally, bro, when I tell you my insides were so hot because I was like, you do not understand your own trauma that you've been through to make yourself think that is okay.
It's completely, like, masked at that point.
It's literally, like, cemented over. Like,
yeah.
There's no, like, those people, they can literally not be helped.
Right.
Because that is all they believe, that is all they're going to believe. Even when there's proof in front of people, like, yo, this, like, why do you think this generation has anxiety and depression and all that shit? Everyone's like, oh, like, you guys are just soft now. No, we're just actually aware of the shit that we went through growing up.
Yeah.
Like, y'all avoided that shit. Y'all worked your asses off and did what you had to do. Great. But, like, you are a damaged person deep within yourself.
Right. I think it's also, like, they just don't want to accept it because if they were to think or say out loud, like, oh, maybe I am kind of depressed or maybe I do have trauma, they think it's, like you said, it's like they think it's like them being soft. They think it makes them look like a bitch. Like,
yeah.
And I hate that mentality because it's like, no, nobody is thinking that you're soft or that you can't be strong just because you have past trauma or depression or anxiety. Like, nobody else is thinking that, bruh. Like, I don't know. I just feel like when I see that other people, like, go through similar things to me, like, I'm like, okay, wow, like, I don't feel like as lonely anymore. I feel like I can talk about this and be open about it. But it's like something about that generation is like they're so stuck to, oh, get over it. Oh, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like oh, man up. Like, it's I fucking hate that.
I hate that shit.
And it's also because you have a boy.
No,
so
and
it's
the
like,
thing is, that's the reason I'm so upset right now.
Yeah.
Is because that shit has been done already, and he's 2. And I'm just thinking about the rest of his life when he's gonna be told to man up. When it's like, bro, he's allowed to show his fucking emotions.
Right. He's allowed to cry.
I will make that known to him. Don't listen to any of these people. You cry if you're sad. You do what you need to do to get your emotions out and understand them. Do not hold that shit in, bro. Yeah. Because I don't even... We know too many people in this fucking world who have just pushed that shit down and down and down to where they will never, like, actually give their emotions and, like, their feelings actual attention and try to, like, solve those things.
Right. And I think that's so horrible. And there is this, like, stereotype on little boys and like and men in general. Like, I feel like from the jump, like, boys are like told to be like, oh, well, you're gonna be a man one day, you shouldn't cry ever. Like, I don't know, I just feel like that's such a weird thing to put on, like, a baby. Like,
bro, it's like toxic I can't ever say it.
Masculinity. I can't say it either. Masculinity? Is that how you say it? I don't know. How you say it.
Masculinity.
Y'all know what we're trying to say.
Whatever that word is. That's what it is. It's toxic as fuck.
Yeah.
No, that shit is awful.
Yeah.
Like, that is the stereotype of just a man. Like, you need to just have your shit together. It's like, bro, a person's a person. I'm not about to quote no fucking Dr. Seuss or whatever, but, like, but, you know, a person is a person, no matter how small, big, whatever, like, man, woman, literally whatever everything. Gender, it don't fucking matter. Like, you're allowed to feel.
And also, like, a baby is a baby and a child is a child. Like,
yes.
Like, stop putting these, like, grown ass, like, thoughts on these children. Like, they're children. Yeah. They're gonna throw tantrums. They're gonna cry. They're gonna get sad over little things. And you just have to, you should sit there and comfort them and tell them, like, explain to them what's happening. And like, just be open with them so they can be open with you. And don't, I don't know. Like, I just hate that. Like, I know that my boyfriend kind of grew up in an environment like that. Mm-hmm. And so I've been trying to, like, coach him, like, through... Like, this is kind of what, like, we should be doing with Callie. Like, I don't want her to ever hide herself or her emotions. I don't want her to ever feel like she can't talk to us. I don't want her to ever feel like it's, like, a bad thing to feel or to just you know, because, like, I definitely felt that, especially, like, my early teenage years, like, constantly feeling like I had to hide everything, constantly feeling like I could never be open with my family members at home. Yeah. And that shit over time builds up. Yeah. And at some point it just like breaks you. Yeah. And I don't ever want that for my baby. When she's older, like, I want her, you know, of course I'm not going to know everything going on, but I just want her to tell me what's going on if it's like something so horrible and she's hurting so bad. Like, you know, I don't want, that's such a lonely time to, like, sit there and feel those things and, like, feel like you can't go to anyone for help. Like, yeah, you know,
especially as a teenager, like, teenage years are hard.
Really,
like
is.
They, like, I don't know, it's like you're beginning to become an adult, but everyone just still sees you as a child, and even that goes into your 20s or whatever. But it's just like
you want your independence and you want to do things on your own, but, like, you kind of can't, and it's like kind of confusing. Like, yeah,
and that's where, like, most people get into relationships for the first time and they experience heartbreak for the first time, and it's just like, if you really think about it, like, heartbreak is such a like, intense thing.
Especially, like, if you get into something at, like, 14, like I did. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, maybe it was just me, but I felt like my fucking world revolved around a boy. Yeah. And because I feel like maybe I was never, like, taught that, like, that's not how it works. Like I said, I kind of went into everything myself, like, figuring out everything by myself when it came to, like, emotional things. And so when I got into a relationship at a young age, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm being, like, valued from another person. Yeah. And I was just so, like, I was still such a child, though. Mm-hmm. It was just, relationships at that age were just so complicated for no reason. And then like, comes, like, the heartbreak of it. Like, heartbreak, it really does change you in a way, especially if you, like I said, you think that is your fucking world. Mm-hmm. I don't think anybody should, like, I know this is kind of long shot to say, but I don't think anybody should really think of their relationship as their entire world, like the world revolves around that one person, because that's when you start to lose yourself. Yeah. And I've been through that shit multiple times. Yeah. So.
No, that's, like, crazy, because you're saying, like, you experienced this at 14. Me, as a 24-year-old, still goes through this shit. I actually just talked to my boyfriend. I was like, I low-key feel like I find my value through you, and that is horrible. Yeah. And I'm, like, now, like, kind of trying to have more time to myself, because that is a dangerous road to go down, because it's just super destructive for myself. I don't know if that's the word, but
no, yeah, definitely.
It's like, it could literally just ruin me. Like, he could be like, all right, we're done, and then I'm just like, what the fuck?
You're like, what do I do now?
What do I do? I just cry all day?
No, and exactly, like, it kind of makes you feel like you're, like, less of a person, like, when you depend on somebody so much, because I mean, shit, it took me 5 years to get out of that mindset, that mentality of clinging on to somebody for everything in your life. Like, before Keenan, I mean, like, I was basically back and forth in relationships, like, all throughout high school, and I realized, like, for some reason, like, I could never be by myself or with myself or just focus on myself. And I don't know where that came from, but I kind of always wanted to be with somebody to, like, I just felt, like you said, more valued. I just felt
secure.
Exactly. I felt more secure. I felt the thing about being, like loved by a guy was, like, a big thing for me. Yeah. I honestly think a lot of it stemmed from being so insecure, because then I'd be like, oh, well, they actually like me, so, like, that means something. And
I'm shaking my head because me.
Yeah. So then it's like, but then after going through the whole lovey-dovey puppy dog phase, and then ripping my heart apart at the end, whether it was, like, being cheated on or, like, just being fucking, like, controlled, and, like, it took me a long ass time to realize how toxic that shit was. 5 years later, here I am in this pretty serious relationship with a baby, and it's almost like my mind's getting back to, like, how it should be.
Yeah, it's, like, regenerating.
Because literally, like, since I was basically 14, 10 years, you could say. 10 years
basically
of my life.
Almost half your life.
Yes. 10 years of my life, I was constantly depending on somebody for everything. Emotionally, and it honestly completely fucking wrecked me, caused me a lot of trauma, and that's literally why we don't allow Nati to date like now, because it's so damaging when you are so young and your mind is barely even developed. Like you don't know how to function when it comes to like relationship stuff. Like it's weird. Like I've told you before how I kind of feel like a relationship is like a job in a way. Like you're not, you have to focus on yourself, but like also you kind of have to focus on somebody else. But focusing on somebody else and their happiness and their wants and their needs is a lot.
It is. It really is.
Yeah, and like having to deal with, or not deal with, just like it's so much emotions happening and so much of like just like giving yourself to a person and them giving themselves to you. Like it's just it's like a soul thing. Like I don't know. I think that's the best way to explain it.
It definitely is. Like when I hear people being married for like 40 years, I'm like, not saying it's not possible or like I don't want that, but like my mind can't even comprehend. That is almost double the lifetime, like my lifetime right now.
Yeah. I mean, my grandparents were together for 60.
Yeah.
I'm like, how?
No, like, and especially like, cause like nowadays, like divorce is like, I think it's 50-50. Like if you get married, there's a 50% chance that you will get divorced. And that is so depressing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like I think about it a lot just because like, obviously like I have Romy and me, and like I'm just like I won't live in my parents' house forever, and like I'll have to like be sustainably like on my own. Right. But then I just like think about it, I was like, if I never get married, like I don't know, like I just feel as like we're talking about like growing up and being like younger. Like I remember being a teenager and being like, oh my god, like I can't wait to get married. Like just like I would watch like Say Yes to the Dress, and I would watch I love Say Yes to the Dress.
That was my shit.
I would watch like My Big Fat Gypsy Wedding, like all that shit.
Stop! Oh my god, all the TLC shows?
All of them!
Yes,
all of them. But like it's just like a dream for women. And I actually recently even asked my boyfriend, I was like, do guys like think about this?
Right.
And he was like, no. Like what the fuck? And I think that's just the guy's mind. Like, they don't really want to be tied down, and like they don't think about that shit.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Keenan has brought it up to me. Like, surprisingly, like, I mean, we're at the point where people have started asking us, like, or asking him, yo, when you about to...
Yeah.
Like, and Keenan's like, like, stop. No, yeah. But I know a couple times. I don't know if he's just doing it because like he knows like I want us to be engaged at some point. He's been like, because you know he'll be editing his like wedding videos, and he's like, see, like something like this is what I can see at our wedding. I'm like, why are you doing that? Because like now you're just fucking teasing me.
Right.
Like, you're literally just teasing me. Yeah. I don't have a fucking ring on my finger, bro. Stop saying this shit. Like,
like keep it down over there.
No, yeah. But I don't know. I mean, maybe he is genuinely just like honestly thinking about it. But I definitely feel like it's not a guy thing. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe there might be some guys who are like, yeah, I do want to like marry somebody someday, and like I want it to be like on a beach, or you know, I don't know. Yeah. Depends on the person, I guess. Yeah.
I know guys like think about having kids, which is like something I didn't think guys, like a lot of guys thought about, but like I've encountered several men recently that are just like, they'll see Romeo and they're like, oh, I can't wait to have kids, like I can't wait to be a dad. And I'm just like, that's so like, weird to hear a 20-something-year-old say.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I just feel like every other 20-something-year-old is just like, bitch, let's get lit, like, fuck them kids, like.
Literally.
I get it.
No,
like, I get it.
I think we all do.
No, I do get it. Because it's like, yeah.
I mean, Keenan genuinely wants me to have 2 more. Like, genuinely. I'm like, me be pregnant 2 more times, bro? Like,
right.
Huh?
But what is the reason behind him wanting 2 more kids?
No, I know.
And I know the reason.
You know it? Because this is what he said. So he has a brother, and he said when they were little, they would get so bored with each other that they always wanted one more person, like one more sibling. Yeah. And so that's why he wants 3 exactly, just to fulfill his childhood dreams. To see him, like, to see 3 children of his own be together. Yeah. And that, like, 2 just wouldn't be enough. I never felt that. I literally, I don't know if you ever felt, I never felt the need for another sibling. I know some people do.
I wanted to be alone. My mom brought my sister back from the hospital, and she told me, I asked her, like, yo, when are you gonna bring her back? And she was like, back where? Like, to the hospital, where you got her from. The fuck?
Is there a return date on this joint? Like, expiration date? I'm dead. Yeah, I never felt the need for another sibling. Like, it was me and my little brother, and that was about it. Like, I thought about, like, how it would be if I had a sister, or if my brother was a girl. That's what I would think a lot. I'd be like, yo, what if you were a girl? Like, it'd be so different.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. Just the thought of me being pregnant even just one more time scares the fuck out of me.
Yeah. It's just so weird to think about, like, I have to do everything over again, bro. Like, everything?
Bro, my agent was just talking about that because she has a 10-year-old, almost 11-year-old. And she was telling me, she was like, so when's the next one coming? Like, soon? I'm like, girl, what? Because she was like, you might as well just get it over with. I'm like, listen, my body is not even healed, bro. Like, no. So she was like, I've thought about it in the past, like, 10 years, but, like, having one at this point in my life is starting over, like, again, completely. Like,
everything.
Because, like, 10 years, like, that's a long ass time.
Right.
I actually saw, like, a TikTok, like, yesterday about this, like, 8-year-old and the 1-year-old, like, fighting. It was so cute, but I'm like, yo, there's such a big gap.
Yeah. But I also couldn't do, like, the 2 under 2 thing. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I don't know how anyone does it. And if you can and you got that shit, you got that shit. Cause I'm cool.
I feel you. This is exactly why. Listen, I just had a doctor's appointment today on the phone. Your girl's getting back on birth control. Yeah. I'm trying the IUD and I'm fucking scared. But I'm gonna do it.
Terrifying.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
I literally made an appointment and I canceled.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not getting it. I'm scared.
I'm not gonna lie. The only reason why I want the IUD is because I don't...
Isn't it non-hormonal? Or is that...
I'm getting the hormonal one. But it's like they call it the lighter. There's like 3 options. I got the lighter one or whatever that means. Like the light, like it has like lighter hormones in it or like less. And I won't have to remember to take anything.
Yeah.
Sleepy.
What's wrong, puppy? He's trying to take me somewhere. Where are we going?
He just got upset. We out.
No, I'm asking you.
Well, Romeo and Janni are out. He took her to the kitchen. I'm dead. It's okay. He just need a little snack.
Like, going back to, like, what we were saying in the beginning, I just feel like people have a lot of opinions on mothers, and, like, even if you don't personally experience them, like, yourself, there's just, like, this expectation of what a mother should look like and act like, and, like, it's, like, crazy. Like, I've even had, like, family members, like, come up to me and be like, oh, you can't wear that anymore, like, you're a mom. I'm like, I'm 24 years old. Literally. Like, scratch the mom shit. These are my bad bitch years. Like, I'm not gonna be wearing, a turtleneck and a fucking... Like, no, bitch.
I think Kylie Jenner said in an interview, like, even though she's, like, a mom of 2 now, but she's, like, around our age, she was like, this is the time to be naked. That's literally what she said. Yeah. I was like, exactly, bro. Like, why am I gonna hide my titties away? No. Like...
And, like, from the people that, like, came up to you and, like, said some shit to you, like, bro... Mind your fucking business, you old ass bitch. Like, you had your time to shine. Literally. I'm sorry if you didn't take the chance.
Exactly. So who are you to fucking judge another woman? Like I don't know. I will never, when I get older, I will never be that type ever. I'm gonna be like, yes, honey, do you, like, go off, like, be a bad bitch. Like it's supposed to be like women supporting women. Like, I hate it when there's, like, so much hate going on, like, between women. Like, I just don't get it, because, like, we're supposed to be on the same side, girl. Like, we're supposed to be, like this. Like, I don't know.
It's crazy, because I'll be, like, scrolling through, like, my feed, and, like, there'll be, like, a mom, and, like, she's, like, out or whatever. He was like, yo, where's your kid? Like, bitch, I'm not bringing my kid to the bar. That's you dumb.
I'm saying. Like, you think that I'm gonna be with my baby 24/7? I still go out when I want to. Like, I'm lucky enough to have the support at home where some, like, people that I trust can watch my child. So if apple,
you want an apple? Just, like, people should just keep their fucking opinions to themselves sometimes. Like, it's okay to not agree with what I'm wearing. I don't care. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, that's literally none of your business. You dress yourself. Like, you're a grown-ass adult. And I see things with, like, people who, like, dress like their daughters in, like, a 2-piece bikini or whatever. Yeah. And, like, people be coming at their parents, like, why do you let them wear that?
But also, it's like, why are you sexualizing a baby girl? Or any baby? Like, exactly, Romy. Right. So that's what I'm saying. See, he gets it.
Yeah, he does. No, but I think I be seeing shit all the time, like, people sexualizing kids. Like, it'd be, like, a little girl, like, dancing and, like, bro, like, kids shape their body parts.
That's
like, bro,
what
it's
I'm
just what happens. And they'll be like, oh no, she's too young for that.
Too young for what? Being a baby, like dancing, like it's not like you're the one who's making that weird ass like.
That is so weird to me.
Yeah.
Even growing up, my mom, she would put me in 2 pieces because my body, like, and when I would wear a 1 piece, like, I just looked so awkward. Like, she was like, you look kind of weird.
Yeah.
And like, so like, I wore 2 pieces, and like, she said like other family members, like, I didn't know about this until recently. They would like have something to say about it. They'd be like, why do you allow her to wear stuff like that? And
because your belly's out? Like, what?
First of all, I didn't have titties. I didn't have any of that shit. So it's like, that's weird that you feel the need to say something about a child.
Yeah, something similar happened to me when I had to be like 3 or 4. And I remember this actually like really clearly. So we were at my aunt's house and they were having like a barbecue, and it was me and my 3 younger cousins, and they had there was a baby pool, and they had all the babies in like just like our diapers basically, or like pull-ups. And I remember that they let my 3 little cousins like go in the pool, like just their pull-ups, because like they're babies, like who cares. But then I think it's because I was a little bit more chunky, they like refused to let me in the pool with just my pull-up and like put a t-shirt over me. And it was the weirdest thing. I remember like getting really upset and crying about it, because I was a baby. I wanted to be like my cousins. Like I was like, why can't I look like that? Like, why can't I be like them? And why do I have to wear a shirt? And they kept saying like no, mamas, you can't, you need a shirt on. You just need one on. And that when I always think back to that memory, I'm like, that's low key weird that y'all did that. Shit.
Like you're still a little baby.
I didn't
to be
have
honest.
no boobs. Like I was just chunky. Like I don't know. It's just very weird and
yes, Poppy. I know. Callie's here, guys. I saw this video, and it was like, I think it was like a parent was like really disturbed because they like posted like a video of their kid like eating or something, and then it had like thousands of saves. And like the parent was like freaking out, and they were like, I'm not posting my kid anymore, because anytime like she's like eating something or like in a bathing suit or whatever, like there's just so many saves.
Ew.
But that shit's so real. I don't know when this was. Maybe like 4 years ago. There was someone that was in my grade that I graduated with that they were caught with child pornography on their computer.
Oh my fucking god, bro. What?
And that's so fucking gross. Like, it's so nasty. And like, so apparently like in the pictures and videos, like they were under the influence of something.
Like the children. Oh my god.
No, that shit is so fucking gross. And it's like, if y'all are gonna have something to say about anybody, it should be these nasty motherfuckers out here, not no mother doing her damn job.
Right, and doing a good job at that. Like, why are y'all over here worried about us when you should be worried about... See, that's the whole thing. Like, people are just always worried about the wrong fucking thing. Like, come on.
Like, okay, I posted a picture of my kid in a bathing suit, and you're mad because there's creeps out here? Like, bro, be mad at the fucking creeps. Like,
y'all should be on them, not on the parents. Like, we should not have to watch what we post just because of the worry that some fucking pedophile is gonna see it. Like, I hate the way that things work. How like people will be like don't post that because like, you know, you don't want the wrong person seeing it. Like, I don't know, it's just weird.
No, I actually did have that experience. I think it was like when I was like heavy on TikTok, but I posted a video of like a bath time routine with Romy. They're like, honey, you need to take this down. It's gonna end up on the wrong side of the internet. What the fuck?
That's so horrible.
It's nasty that the reality is like that shit does exist, and it's like going to continue to exist.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do about it? Like,
exactly. And it's crazy, like, we really don't have any control over it, though. Like, we can't control that.
Yeah, like, I'm constantly going through, like, the mom page because I don't like the fact that, like, there's, like, some weirdos that just, like, be, like...
randomly
like,
follow
like,
us or...
following us, like, hearting our shit, and I'm just like, no, bro, like, this literally is not for you.
Like y'all are all getting the block.
No, the block every time.
Yes.
And the thing is, like, I don't care that, like, their numbers and followers. Like, bro, absolutely the fuck not. Like, our children are on this fucking page. Exactly. And it's also, like, not for you fucking weirdos. Yeah. Like, get out of here.
For the people out there who think they can have a say on what other mothers are doing with their children, like...
Or what the children are doing.
Just worry about the right things in this case. Like stop worrying about the things that we have no control over.
Callie girl.
She's like, y'all are in my bed again.
Yeah. So, Callie wants us to leave.
This is what happened last time.
And the time before that.
Yeah.
We had to stop recording because Callie was like, y'all need to go.
Yeah.
So I guess we gotta go.
It's time to go.
Yeah, but I think I speak for all mothers when I say this.
All your mothers.
Yes, mind your business.
Leave it up to the mamas. Listen, we got this. Our babies are healthy. Our babies are safe. If you see otherwise, then sure, say something.
Yeah.
But if mama and baby both look happy and healthy and are doing great, don't say anything unless it's needed, unless it's asked for.
Yeah.
And honestly, just coming from us as mothers, we would just appreciate that. And I feel like a lot of moms would feel the same.
Yeah. Not even moms, like
people.
Yeah,
Shit,
like
the person who told me to cover up my nipples.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mind your business, shawty.
Right.
Exactly.
See, the babies know what's up.
The babies love the nipples.
They're like, don't talk about my mama's nipples like that. But we hope you guys enjoyed. As always, you guys know what it is. We love y'all.
There's a lot going on here.
So much. This is usually the deal though. It's so crazy. It's
Yeah.
complete craziness. But we gotta get it done for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
This just shows y'all the real
real life.
Like we always promise. The real life.
Ow.
Yeah.
Like getting abused over here. Sir, I would appreciate if you stopped. You can give me a hug. You want a hug?
Callie's over here sighing like
Hug. Alright, well, Romy wants to go on about his Buzz Lightyear and Callie wants to press buttons.
yeah.
So we about to be out. Ah!
Oh my god, that was close.
Ah! You almost got us. Alright.
Okay, guys.
Alright, y'all. See you later.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
You are a lot, bro.
Callie's just sitting here looking like.
What?